Oh,
Oh, that wasn't the plan.
it says you are live.
It says what?
5,
I don't know why he's scared like that.
3.
You know, I'm already stressed out
2,
enough, and then he pulls that out, and
1.
it's always like,
No pressure or anything, Jaime. No
it's not
pressure.
It's like
It's an annoyance. He's annoying.
I wish it was annoyance because with that I could be like, oh, this guy, but no, it's more like gross. It's just gross. It's like the gross uncle you invite, and you're like, dude,
hi everyone.
Kid, leave him alone.
We're starting to show off
everybody.
positive. We're starting to show off positive.
It's that cringe.
Starting to show off positive.
Napoleon Dynamite. Woo!
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
You know what we haven't done in a little bit, and I can't find it real fast because I'm trying to talk and fill up the air while my website is loading up, and then I can go ahead and click
Take a look at my background.
Why, Dad? Why did you have to play this song?
I didn't know I was going to have social commentary today during the show.
For real, though, for real.
Yeah.
I'm going to save this background for me tonight because I really liked it. I was so proud of my work last night, guys. Like, I was up late, but I was like, oh, snap. Like, I even messaged Joe and Sandy, and I was like, look at my background. That thing is awesome. I was so proud of that thing.
Yeah, he was.
It's snazzy, though, isn't it? I mean, I don't really toot my horn unless it's really good, but I feel like that was a good one, man.
It's quite snazzy.
Isn't it, though?
Quite.
For real.
It's pretty good. I give it to you.
So we
It's
decided
pretty
to
nice.
bring back both of our substitute co-hosts today because it's Friday and also because it's our show, so we can do whatever the hell we want. So yeah, that's what we do.
Hey, Sandy girl.
PG-13?
Oh, whatever the HE double hockey sticks we want. There we go, like that.
I wish I could just take this right now on you and just be like, you're gone.
No, sorry.
Okay, 2 seconds. I dropped my notes, people. 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Notes? You don't have to memorize? That fan blew away. Oh, we didn't even test her sound out. We didn't even see if the fan... I didn't want her to turn off the fan because if she's been hot, you know what I mean?
For Freaky Friday True Crime Edition. So, Gabby, start with your day.
Yes.
How did it go?
Oh, my day was actually really good. First of all, of course, it was Friday, so that was good. And we weren't too busy at work, so that made it even better. I ended up getting Steak Express for dinner, so that was delicious.
Oh,
but I think probably my favorite part of my day was me and Jaden have this thing where anytime we go anywhere together, he'll go in the car with me, and we always listen to The Greatest Showman. Well, he has gotten like every word down to a T.
Yes. Tell him to call me sometime. I'll sing it with him
Yes,
too.
so that has been like the best thing ever. Oh, for sure. He will sing it with anybody. And he'll make sure you do your part, he does his part. If you interrupt him, it's game over.
So when the girls are in the car, we do the same thing. We're like, we'll be like, you be Hug Jackman this time, and I'll be the other guy, okay?
Hug Jackman.
Hug Jackman.
That's what they used to say when they first met him. They were like, it's Hug Jackman.
Yes.
And I'm like, huh? Hugh. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Sandy, we don't really... It's
We don't
fine.
care.
You don't have to tell us that, okay? No. Some things are better left unsaid.
Sandy, we're just as upset with you as we were with Joe when he was in Breckenridge. So
Right, exactly. So, Carrie, how was your day?
it was good, y'all. Just making that money.
That green was falling for you today, wasn't it?
It was really, really good. So I'm excited about the weekend. I've had the house to myself. The kids are camping. So
oh, nice.
Maybe I'll join them tomorrow. Maybe I won't.
Party.
Yeah.
It's not a party
you,
till
Joe? How was your day?
Well, no. Oh, good. And then tonight...
It was a blast?
It's a blast. It's a sonic blast. It's even better. So, y'all can hate on me all you want, but I'm going to be eating through the show. Because you know what? Because it's my show. Because I can do what I want. And that's just how it's going to be.
That's so funny.
Oh, so I see what happened here. My wife stole my popcorn.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I wondered where it went.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I think
Oh,
that's
Like,
I messed up my
that's a
thing.
true crime we need to figure out.
Oh,
girl, I've solved it. But you're right. It is a true crime.
I'm all sparkly now. It's
Yo,
like
you got a
that.
problem. Yo,
You
I'll
got-
solve it.
I'm sparkly.
You're
But
sparkly, Joe. Sparkly.
I didn't really do much. I did some editing. I watched some other stuff, and yeah, that was that. Mr. Pineapples, how was your day? Or we
It
can
was
go
a
to the
little.
field report if you're too busy.
No, that's fine. She was
Okay.
my Dr. Pineapples didn't feel good today. She woke up and was like, she just wasn't feeling well, and so she was like, "Can you call into work?" And I was like, "Oh no, I can't." Yes, I can. And so I totally called into work because she was not feeling good at all, and she's still not right now. Like she's been down and out today. So I was like, man, I did take I did have some fun out of town for a little bit, and then came back and I took a nap, Joe. So that
Uh,
felt good.
hashtag nap together 6 foot apart.
I thought it was just going to be a few minutes, but I laid down at 4 o'clock and then got up at 6 o'clock, and I was like, oh, that felt good. So then I took the
I'm
kids.
telling you, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
people don't
It's
understand
it's
the
dope,
power,
guys. It's dope.
the power of nap time.
Yeah. So then I went to I took the girls to the fair, sans the rides because it was just the food courts that were up in the fairground. So we went to go eat over there, and that was awesome. Came home, and now I'm hanging out with you, cool cats.
The cool cats.
The
So I
cool-
think what we should do is we need to go to the field reporter and ask her how her trip is going.
Yes.
Do you have it? Or do you
Oh
want me to
yes,
pull
I'm sorry.
it? I'm like, hello. Are
Oh,
you...
that's me.
Yeah. Let me minimize all my windows real quick. I was working on a bunch of stuff, so I don't want y'all seeing all my business.
I was like, do you want me to pull it up, or you
No,
got it?
that's cool. I got it. Sorry. I was just like looking like, what's up?
Yeah. Hey,
We're
so
just
this.
delaying on seeing little Miss Sandy's adventures.
Yeah, you know, it's fine.
Then
It's
next
fine.
time, turn the phone sideways.
It's a little. Here we go.
Hey, she's repping.
No
Oh, she's-
kidding, right? That was cool. Here we go. Did I share audio? Yeah. Tell me if you can't hear it, guys.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Barely.
Yep. Can't hear.
And I don't know if that's me or I think it's Sandy, to be honest with you guys. So
No, your
I think-
volume's down if you look at it right there. Oh.
Yeah, but does it change it for you guys?
So anyway, we have hiked down
A little
I
bit.
think it's good.
about 3 miles.
We just need to be
and
quiet.
I am sitting like on a cliff, basically. And the reason I'm doing that is because today is True Crime Friday, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a crime that was committed here. And so we are at the Horseshoe Mesa, and it is known for its leg-busting climbs and spectacular views, like I said. And it's also a really smart place if you wanted to murder somebody. I know that sounds awful, doesn't it? Um, so anyway, a death was investigated here. The death of Donna Spangler down back in 1993. Her and her husband Bob woke up on Easter Sunday and decided they were going to come hiking down here. So he casually positioned Donna, and he just turned to mount the camera, and it was going to get in the picture with her. And he heard a sound, and all of a sudden, Donna was gone. And so they ruled her death an accident. But some people speculated that he'd given his wife the Grand Canyon divorce. I mean, what better way, right? I mean, there's nothing else going on. Nobody can see you because we're actually out here by ourselves right now. There's nobody following us. It's just us three. And so, I mean, perfect, right? So they've been married for 4 years, and the marriage had not been going well. Donna tried to make it work. And so Bob being Bob, he had a passion for hiking in the Grand Canyon, and she didn't like it. She actually suffered from vertigo, and she had to use ski poles to maneuver. But because she wanted to be the loving wife, um, she followed him anyway. So she followed him to her demise. Um, but perhaps what's more disturbing is that it wasn't Bob's first rodeo. Um, Bob had actually allegedly killed his first wife and his kids. So this was back in '78. His kids and his wife were found shot dead in the family home, and those deaths were ruled a murder suicide. Isn't that crazy? I mean, how lucky is this pinche Bob? Anyway, at that point, again, no accusations of foul play. And so then he met Donna after he was divorced. So this guy was married 4 times. Donna was married like twice. Um, what happened is he actually was diagnosed with like brain cancer. And so they thought, hey, we're going to go see if he'll do like a deathbed confession. And he did. So he actually also killed like his second or third wife, but he didn't admit to that one. He just said, "Oh, that was a huge bug." He just said that was a drug overdose. But he was always a suspect in that one too, especially after those other murders. But anyway, guys, I want you to check this out. Like, I can't go any further because I'm going to see if you guys can see this edge right here. I mean, it's a long way down.
Oh,
all right, guys. Can't wait to
hell
hear
no.
y'all stories. Y'all have a good night. Guys, I forgot to mention that he wasn't initially a suspect because, like, there had been like 6 other people that had died that year. It was like their most tragic year on record. So, anyway, just wanted to tell y'all that because I completely forgot.
Yeah, I'm totally not jealous. Totally.
When she showed that phone over the edge, I was like, no, that was on 1001 Ways to Die. Don't do that.
I know. I'm like, I don't think so.
That was crazy.
Wow. That was quite the
That
report.
was.
Field reporter Sandy Abbey.
That was quite the chunk of Reese's Pieces
And
in Studio
oh,
Joe.
wow, sorry. Was it? I thought I was muted, and then
He muted me, who wasn't eating anything, and forgot to mute himself, and was like,
no, I muted you because there was an echo. It was echoing
Sorry, yeah,
at that last second.
that would make sense. It's because it was so loud.
It was so loud. Okay, so it's Freaky Friday, True Crime Edition,
Yes.
and we have decided to let Gabby go first.
Woo, Gabby!
So,
Oh, Lordy.
all right, Gabs,
All right.
you have to start off. So if it sucks from here on out, it's your fault.
So. All right. So my story is based on a true story.
Uh-oh.
So basically, what had happened was, I had a neighbor.
Oh, wow.
He was a very quiet man. He always very stuck to himself. Mentally, he was not all there. We never knew exactly what was wrong with him. He never had family, like, over or anything. He was just quiet all the time. If anything, you might get a hello out of him. And that took almost a year. He would always be wearing dresses. And that was just who he was. He would walk to Market Street wearing dresses, and he would walk home. He would stay in the house, and he wouldn't come out for maybe 15, 20 minutes a day, maybe, on the porch. Well, one day, it was a hot summer day, and we had someone knocking on our door. And apparently, my neighbor hadn't paid a couple bills, and he was having work done, and he hadn't paid the people yet. Well, they were knocking on our door asking if we heard from him. We hadn't heard from him, and my dad walked over, knocking on the door, nothing. He said, you know what, let's try the side window. He could see in the side window, and it turns out my neighbor was leaning over his steering wheel, and he was no longer alive. But his keys were not in the ignition. His keys were next to him. He was in a black leather skirt, and we still have no idea. We have no idea how he died, why he died, when he died. We don't know how long he had been there. And whenever his family finally came to the house, they allowed us to go inside and kind of, just we were checking on them, figuring everything out. And he had holes in the walls where he would punch the walls. And in his closet, he had all dresses. And it was about 5 of each dress that he would change out. And it was one of those things that you would typically only see like in a movie. And it was dust everywhere. He had a beautiful old piano that was just like smashed in. You could tell he had old photos everywhere. It was actual like Polaroids, like older ones, not the newer ones that us kids have these days. It's the older ones just everywhere, old suitcases. And to this day, we don't know how he died, when he died, or anything like that. Yeah, he was schizophrenic, so that's why everything kind of we still don't know what happened. And that's my story.
You win. You win.
Wow.
Holy spicolies.
So,
Yeah.
did any investigators come over? Was there a news report about it?
There was no news report on it. Of course, they came over, and so when they came over, it was late whenever everyone was here. Me and my mom were actually sitting in our car in our driveway, like watching everybody go in and out, watching the firefighters, the police, the detectives, everything, watching them. But no one ever told us anything. No one ever said anything else after that.
Wow. Do you know if it was ruled suicide? Was it ruled suicide or?
We don't know.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
how long has this been? I wonder if you could pull a public record death certificate.
How long has it been, Mom? Probably.
It's been about 5 years.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years.
5 years.
wow.
And we have a new neighbor now, and I don't know. We always, no matter what, no matter who lives in that house, they will always have the other person living there with them.
That is nuts.
It is nuts, but it's sad too that he just fell through the cracks and wasn't acknowledged even in death. That really breaks my heart.
Yeah, and then the garage, they actually converted it into a bedroom. So
Whoa.
that's a little creepy too.
So you need to set up some cameras and sit there at night,
See if you
man.
see some horse.
That's a little much, guys. Y'all are getting...
For real.
That was deep. Okay, so
I know. I'm like, whoa.
mine sucks
No
compared
name,
to that.
no addresses. You will not know where I am.
Right, exactly.
Do you know his legal name?
No,
We
she's
know
not
his
gonna
first
share
name.
Well, no, I don't want her to share it. I was just wondering if you knew his legal name, if you could look up his
Man.
stuff.
That's pretty deep. That's
All we
pretty
know
deep.
is his first name.
Wow. Yeah, right, Sandy. The bar
Yeah.
has been set. Thanks, Gabs. Who invited her on the show?
Yeah. Sounds like Sandy needs to go on some detective work.
I know.
I have no
if
idea.
you come over, we'll
What are you
figure it
talking
out.
about?
I think somebody lives in a pineapple under the sea is the one that did that.
Look, all I can say is when it's my turn, I'm knocking that bar off, and it's done. I'm not even trying to get that bar. I don't want it. I don't even want it. I don't want it.
So, Jamie, do you want to go next, or I can go next?
Let's let you go because I'm gonna need a little bit of time to recover real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Sandy got that view off the edge. I was kind of like, ooh, like it's like the call of the void kind of situation. There, it's like I want to go, but I don't need to. I want to go, but I don't need to. So.
Well, I want you to get your cell phones ready because I'm bringing back the Kahoot.
I love it, dude.
Make sure you get your phones ready, and we're gonna go. Let me. Where is it at? Here's it is.
Oh, Sandy's Snapchat's popping up. She was like, "Add me on Snapchat today."
And we are going to do, I'm going to randomize and classic here. Okay.
Is it Kahoot.it?
Kahoot.it. Yes, that is correct.
All right, I got it up, Joe.
All right, hold up. Let me put it in the comments here.
Anita says, so far, you and Sandy are tied in your stories.
All right, and the pin is 567136. 567136. We'll get some people to join.
Priscilla asked, do they ever hear anything weird, Gabby?
Not that I know, not that they've said.
Have you told them the story?
I
wouldn't either.
You did? I don't see your name.
I did from here, Dad.
Oh, you're messing up my screen. Stop. Cut. Okay, hold on. We're just going to share the screen here. All right. Gabs, I don't see your name.
I'm trying.
So, I was thinking, what could I do? True crime, put a little twist on it, and also make it fun. So, what I did...
This is what I needed, Joe. Thank you so much. Me and Anita, we both needed this, so okay?
Yep.
Or was it Linda?
There's Gabs. I'm waiting for the jet to join, and then we can get going here.
Ooh, I'm back.
Sandy, where's the assistant?
Yeah, where's the assistant? Oh, Priscilla's telling me to wait. There is the mini Asian. All right. Priscilla, are you going to join? We get you going for another 10, 15 seconds here.
Who is Mama D? What?
Come on, y'all don't know who Mama D is.
She sounds cool. I think she's the one that sent me some baby pictures. Some baby.
Do you like babies?
Right.
Do you like babies?
I like
Joe, your side of your face is going all...
I know, it's because of the screen's right here and it's like... So I don't want to...
Double brighting.
So. All right, so Priscilla, we're waiting for you. Anyways, so it came to me, I was on the conversation with Mr. Pineapples and I was like, oh, it just was like an epiphany of what I needed to do. Oh, it wanted to log in.
No.
There's nothing to log in. You shouldn't have to log in.
Kahoot.it.
Yeah.
And then it'll just ask you for
a PIN number.
And then you put the number in there, you hit join in, and then another screen pops up with username, and then you just put in whatever you want in there.
Yeah. We lost one. Enter. We lose. Oh, we lost Mama.
Mama D.
We lost Mama D.
Not .com.
You got off.
Salió, Mama.
She says she can't do both.
What do you mean she can't do both?
Oh, she can't watch and play the game at the same time.
And play the game.
That's why we don't get as many people who play.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
All right.
That's why Sandy's.
All right. Oh, Priscilla's in.
Oh, there's Priscilla.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start here. So
Gabby
what I did was, I was like, you know what's funny? All the Florida man did this crime.
Okay, these are all Florida.
So these are all Florida man crimes, and they're all true stories. But so your job is to guess the headlines.
Okay. This is fun.
This is True Crime Florida Man Edition. Question number 1. Finish this October 2014 headline. Florida man wears blank to court. An alligator skin vest, an F the police shirt, a live snake, or a sweater made of human hair.
Ugh. It's so crazy. Like, you can totally believe any of those when it's Florida.
Right.
Exactly.
When in doubt, just go with the creepiest one. It's true crime.
I'm going
That's what I did.
Well, what's creepy to each of us?
I'm voting for green.
We can see your screen, Joe. You know that, right?
Oh, not new. Oh, crap. That one. There we go. He wore an F the police. So he wore this to court. And so I was just telling you that. So it's so funny.
Oh, can you spend some time on the leaderboard?
Yeah. And then looks like nobody got that right.
I'm the first 0.
Question number 2. Florida man attacked during selfie with an alligator, a tiger, a squirrel, or a boa constrictor? This one's not really true crime, but I thought it was funny.
Again, any of it can go.
Come on,
Any
Carol
of it can go.
Baskin.
I mean, squirrels. Those guys are dangerous, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It was a squirrel. He was attacked during a selfie with a squirrel. I was like, no.
What did it do? Did it like gnaw his nose off or
I
something?
don't know. It shows. So the picture shows that he's got the squirrel right here, and then all of a sudden, the next picture is the squirrel's jumped on his back, and he's running down.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
I'm telling you, these are hard because
Yep.
anything goes in Florida.
It looks like Gabs.
There
has
you
hit
go,
the top
Gabs.
there.
Gabs.
Next question. Florida man charged with assault with a deadly weapon after throwing blank through a Wendy's drive-through window.
I keep wanting to say alligator. That's what I keep doing is just saying
Vomit?
alligator.
Golf clubs, or poop?
Whale vomit.
Ambergris.
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 I always want to say like foie gras. What's
Foie
that?
gras.
Foie
Foie
gras.
gras. Yeah.
Foie gras.
I'm
That
just
was
gonna
good
risk
stuff.
it for the biscuit here. We're just gonna.
What's that?
I don't know.
An alligator.
I got it right.
Yep. I was like,
No,
I was
Mom,
reading it.
sorry.
I was like, oh my goodness, he must have been really
To an
upset.
alligator. What the
So,
heck is he
like,
doing
was it
driving around
fully
with an
grown?
alligator?
It didn't say. I didn't read all of the articles. I was just like, oh my goodness. All right. Next
I
question.
can't believe it though. That's crazy.
Oh.
Ooh, my first time.
Uh-oh, you're frozen.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Refresh.
Bring it, Gabs. Come on.
Here we go.
We
Question
gotta
number
get this
4.
next one going.
Thousands of gun owners in Florida planning to shoot down blank. A flock of seagulls, an alien spacecraft, Carol Baskins, or Hurricane Irma.
Oh, I answered, but now I think it's Hurricane Irma because that just
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him.
someone said if we just throw a nuke at a hurricane, it'll make it go away, right? And
Right.
We were all like,
So the thing is, I actually remember this story. So
really?
yeah, I was like, unbelievable. They were planning to shoot down
I
Hurricane
knew it.
Irma.
I didn't answer it, but I knew it afterwards.
Go into this page.
Okay.
That's some smart Floridians.
Genius.
5, 6, 7, 1, 2,
Oh,
6.
come on. We each get to spend our own time at the top for a little bit.
Okay, here we go.
Sandy,
Florida
you playing?
man arrested for assaulting girlfriend with blank.
A fried
A fried turkey,
Absolutely.
fried chicken, chicken fried steak,
Gosh.
or fried Oreos.
This girl's gonna pick her favorite food. Let's just say that.
I'm gonna. Your favorite food is chicken fried steak, Gab?
Mm.
Fried chicken
Good job.
I'm in
Arrested
place, but I'm on.
for fried chicken. Yeah, he was a little upset, I think. So watch
You
out.
know, I don't know that Florida should be. We shouldn't cheer for Florida getting any of these right.
Give me that drumstick.
I'm just saying, it's like it's really bad.
Question number 6. Florida man arrested for driving stolen vehicle while blank clings to his chest. An iguana, a snake, a monkey, or a girlfriend.
I'm gonna
You got
say this
separation
because
issues
it
with
just
Girlfriend.
makes sense in Florida. They have so many of these. It's like, yeah, why not? Oh,
It was a monkey. And there is actually a picture of this arrest. Let's see if I can pull it back over here. Yeah. See right there.
he looked.
I don't think the monkey wants to be
He's like, don't pick my dad.
Really, they say get the monkey off your back. So I guess.
There we go. And Sandy, of course,
Yeah,
jumping
I
up
knew
to the
it.
top.
See?
Sandy.
Question number 7. A Florida man was arrested for eating blank in the middle of a crosswalk.
A face.
Pizza,
Oh.
hot dogs, pancakes, or
What?
waffles.
You sure it was an alligator?
I'm sure it was an alligator.
I remember that story of
Hey,
that
you
guy
could
who
be
was
right.
eating that other guy's face. You remember that one? Seriously, it was.
Uh,
Pancakes over waffles. And here's this
I-
picture. There he is.
Oh, he's legit eating,
my
dude.
gosh.
That's funny.
Pancakes
Does
in
he
the
have
middle.
that Aunt Jemima syrup?
In the middle. No, he can't have that Aunt Jemima syrup anymore.
Oh my goodness.
And my mom saved the bottle.
Uh-oh. The Carrie is coming out on top.
Did you see that, Sandy? Did you see that?
8 questions.
switcheroo.
Number 8. Florida man says he danced on a patrol car in order to escape. The ground is lava, vampires, alligators, or Sasquatch.
I said lava, but now I know better. It's alligators.
Vampires.
That doesn't make any sense.
How deranged do you have to be?
That doesn't make
That's
any
what I wanna
sense.
Florida man says he danced on a patrol car in order to escape vampires.
Oh
He
my
may have
god.
eaten a
What kind
Tide
of dance
Pod.
was it that-
I don't know what kind of vampires that he needed to dance on top of a patrol car from, but you know. So the order
So
stays the
weird.
same.
So weird.
We have 2 more questions. Number 9. Florida man asks public for help in looking for his 18-foot bicycle, alligator, banana, or snake.
Banana. Banana.
BANANAS.
Oh!
I really wasn't expecting that.
I should have answered banana.
Have you seen my banana?
Y'all, that looks like the Wiener Schnitzel car.
Oh,
So let's
That
see
is
who
so
got that
funny.
right. Let's see. Uh-oh. Carrie is
wow.
still on top.
oh.
Last question here, y'all.
All right, Carrie. All right.
Florida man calls 911 to report lack of pizza, vodka, underwear, or friends.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. It's fine. I'm gonna let Jesus take the wheel on this one.
I think it might be.
It was vodka.
It should have
And-
made
Dang
sense.
it.
So he was charged with misuse of
Mom,
911.
if you knew it, why didn't you say nothing? Because I'm delayed.
Collier County Sheriff's Office. He just was saying that, hey, I need some vodka.
He's lonely.
Yeah.
He
At
needed
least he
some of that
didn't.
liquid courage.
He didn't steal it. So let's find out who the winner is. 3rd place, Sandy. Second place, the
Oh.
Gabs. And first place, the
Harry!
I would like to thank the Academy.
Jamie wasn't even a runner-up.
I purposely got those wrong so that y'all could leave on a good note, high note.
Awesome. So there. That's how I felt like true crime should be. Those were all
That's
true
awesome, Joe.
stories. So
That's
That's
good.
cool.
That's good.
lots of
I
fun.
love that.
That was fun.
And my eyes kept watering through the whole thing. It wasn't crying because it was such a good game.
It's really bright, right?
He was so proud.
I was so proud.
Just like you got dust in
So
dust in
proud.
your eyes while you're watching me.
Are we gonna? Should I download this for the month? Is that how this is gonna go?
What?
'Cause
What are you talking about?
Kahoot? Because I love your Kahoot games.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to look and see, but I'll probably do. Sandy said the assistant made her lose.
It was his fault. We
It
know.
was. We got to blame somebody, so you might as well. All right. So,
Hilarious.
Jamie, do you want to go, or would you like Miss Carrie to go?
I think I can handle Miss Carrie because I think if she's gonna bring it heavy, might as well do it after a follow-up laugh like that.
Okay.
Oh, it won't be heavy. It won't be heavy at all.
It's
Okay, so I want to come to you all and share with you about my little family tree.
oh.
So this is my mother, and so this is her lineage. So on July 22nd of 1933, there was a mobster man by the name of Machine Gun Kelly, who was married to my first cousin, third removed, her name being Catherine. They walked into a highfalutin man's house in Oklahoma City while he and his wife and friends were playing a game of bridge and kidnapped them. Took them to the city line, realizing that only one of them was the one that they wanted. So they went ahead and took them on down and blindfolded Mr. Urschel, who was a very highfalutin man, like I said. In fact, his wife called J. Edgar Hoover, who at the time in 1933 was the president of the FBI, or the director of the FBI. So they took him, they blindfolded him, took him, and he was very aware of his scenery, or not scenery, but he was very aware of his, I guess, what was going on. He recognized that he was on dirt roads most of the time. He was kind of counting in his head, paying attention to how long the driving was taking. So he kind of knew the distance that he had gone. And at one point, they had stopped to get gas, and the man asked how the crops were doing that year. And the lady said to him, well, they've all burned up, and then finish your sentence. So this is pertinent because by the time they get back to my family's land at the time, they put him in this little shack of a house, which was the family house. My great-grandmother, okay, so I'm 38. In 2005, that's when she passed away. So I was very familiar with my grandmother. This was a story that we'd heard our entire lives. My great-grandmother's first cousin was Machine Gun Kelly's wife's mother. So they all took this man for ransom, and they were paid out $200,000, which is the equivalent of about $4 million today. Within just a few days, I don't remember exactly the timeline, within just a few days, he had sent a letter to another well-affluent man in the oil business out of Tulsa. He was to place these ads. Okay, well, the FBI was on his trail about that. And the ad specifically said something where the ransom letter said, you need to pay us $200,000 in $20 bills. So they thought that was odd. So they traced the serial numbers. Okay, so that's important later on down the road. So they had him for about 9 days until they got paid out. And in that time, he didn't recognize voices, but he was paying attention to how many different voices were in the house, one being my great-grandmother. My 2 times great-grandfather, which would be Machine Gun Kelly's wife's grandfather. They never heard him or anything like that. So anyway, they got paid. So as soon as they got paid, they sent him on his way. They gave him like $10 and said, we're done with you. So sent him on his way, and they left. So this is where it kind of gets dicey, because this is the part of the family that isn't reported with the FBI. Machine Gun Kelly told my 2 times great-grandfather, his name is Cassie Coleman, told Cassie Coleman that if you tell the police where I'm going or which direction we're heading, I'm going to come back and take care of all of your family. And so he just said, okay, I won't do it. Well, they were traced down. He figured out where he was because they were doing some flyovers somehow. The government was doing some flyovers, not necessarily looking where they were, and noticed that all this corn crop had burned. And he pinned it to this, Mr. Herschel pinned it to that specific area. So he was able to recognize, okay, there's the 2 gates that we went through. There's the left turn that I remember taking, yada, 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 yada. So moving on down, there was a raid on August 12th of the ranch, that's where a lot of people were arrested at that point, but not Machine Gun Kelly and Catherine. Catherine and Machine Gun Kelly had gone on to to Birmingham, Alabama. And on September 26th is when they were found. So on September 26th is when the FBI comes knocking on the house. And when he opens the door, he's unarmed. And he throws his hands up and says, don't shoot, G-men, don't shoot. So we've all seen that in cartoons. That was Machine Gun Kelly who started with the G-man. And they took them into possession, and they were, later booked and everything. And so her mother, father, all these people were arrested. So on September 27th, the very next day after investigation, the police go back to the ranch house where my great-grandmother is literally giving birth to my great-uncle. While the FBI is there, getting the remaining $75,000 of this ransom money out of this well that they had thrown it in. And so, anyway, Machine Gun Kelly was sentenced to life, and he died. Well, he was sent to Alcatraz. And in 51, I believe it was 1951, they transferred him to a state penitentiary in Kansas, and that's where he remained until he died of a massive heart attack. Well, Catherine and her mother, Ora, were nasty, nasty, nasty people. Our family shunned them and said, you're not to even breathe of our names. So when Catherine got in all this mob stuff, during the Prohibition, they told her, you're not to use our last name, which is Coleman. You aren't to use your birth given name. You go away. And anyway, so that's how she went by Catherine. Well, after Machine Gun Kelly died, 4 years later, Ora and her mother, who were also given a life sentence, after 12 years of time, were pardoned by the president and were allowed to be freed because they said Machine Gun Kelly put them under duress and did this. Well, my family was never asked if this was true. Well, again, so Cassie, my 2 times great-grandfather, was arrested for harboring a fugitive and basically aiding and abetting. And Machine Gun Kelly told him, if you don't do this, if you don't take this crime this fall, again, we're gonna figure out a way to kill your family. So he spent a year and a day in the state penitentiary that ended up being where Machine Gun Kelly actually drew his last breath. So that was pretty funny or ironic, I guess. So moving forward, when Catherine and her mother Ora were released from the jail in 58, they went back to their birth given names and were able to live in peace for the rest of their lives. And Catherine, her real name is Lara Cleo. She passed away in 1985 at the age of 81 and never again had any kind of contact with my family whatsoever because of what it did to Cassie. So anyway, that's my connection to Machine Gun Kelly. And there's a lot of stuff. There's on the FBI website and obviously lots of documentaries and stuff, but it's pretty neat. I mean, as weird as this sounds, Catherine is the one that actually made Machine Gun Kelly seem special. Like, she is the one that gave him his name. His given name is George, and said, no, there's Bonnie and Clyde out there. There's all these people. We're going to have to give you a name. So she's actually the one that bought the machine gun, taught him how to shoot the machine gun. But he was just this peddling thief before that, and he didn't, as far as I know, didn't hurt any of his people up until the kidnap. He would just kidnap them until he got the ransom money and take them back. It was Catherine. It was Catherine who did all the hurting and stuff. So anyway, there's my family tree. Yeah, so I'll tell you about the pictures.
So first,
Tammy.
Hold on, I was getting set up for mine. So give me one quick second.
So your family has mob connections, is what you're saying, basically.
Yep.
Not just like mob connections during like now, but during Prohibition when they were.
Yeah, and it was in fact it was a little strange. Okay, so this is my great grandmother. Her name was Mary, and when she was 14 or 15 is when all of this was happening, when all the Machine Gun Kelly stuff was happening, and in fact, her brothers and my great grandfather went and took her. They didn't kidnap her, but they went and got her in the middle of the night and took her away from the family to elope and get married, and to take her away from the family because all this was happening. And then, like I said, she actually was giving birth in the family home the day that the FBI was there.
The day that the G-Men showed up.
Yeah, the day the G-Men there. So this is my great grandmother, and she died in 2005. So I was 25, so I was very, very close with her.
Okay. Next.
That is Catherine.
Is she's the mastermind?
Yep, she's the mastermind, her and her mother, and that's Machine Gun Kelly's wife.
Okay, I could see why he did what he did.
Yeah, Yep, she was very beautiful. Like yeah, she is. And there she is again. I think that was on the day of her sentencing.
Wow.
And she was so arrogant that she truly thought that her charm and beauty would just get her off. And
I try it all the time. It doesn't work that way.
No, I know. So this is Aura and the little girl in the wagon. That's Catherine. They're on the Shannon Ranch. My family. Well, it's not anymore my family's, but then my family's ranch.
Wow,
that's crazy that you have these.
And so Catherine's there in the middle with the solid black dress on, and the woman with the scowl, no hat, to her side is her mother, Aura, and then her dad. And he was part of it. In fact, they called him Boss. Boss actually paid for Machine Gun Kelly's burial and funeral, and really tried to help him because he felt bad for what the women had done, I guess.
Wow.
This is Mr. Herschel, who was kidnapped. And that was the family home. He and his wife and two friends, they were playing bridge when they were ambushed. And that's in Oklahoma City. That's the house that they took them back to. So where you see the vertical little room to the side, that's the room that they had him in. Blindfolded, and they had cotton in his ears and tape all around him. But they fed him and all that stuff, gave him his own bed to sleep in. So they were friendly kidnappers.
Yeah.
At least he got his meals.
Yeah. All they were looking for was ransom money. They weren't.
Yeah, they just wanted the money. Yeah, they didn't want. They were never going to hurt him. And this is both Machine Gun Kelly and Catherine at their sentencing. And in the back, I don't know if it's this picture, but I've got another picture of the sentencing where you can see her parents, and you can actually see my 2x great-grandfather who was getting ready to be sentenced to his year and day. I don't think this is the one that has it, though.
She's giving him that look like, if you give me away, we are going to fight.
So these are the pictures that they took of them after the court hearing, and then obviously that's her mugshot.
So he never actually killed anyone with the machine gun.
No.
He was just given that name because she said that sounds better than Francis. What was his name?
George.
George.
George sounded better than George.
Hi, George.
Yeah.
George is not a very criminal name. We need to come up with a better name.
Yeah, because I mean, at that time, that's when all these gangster mobster things were coming out, and bootlegging and all that stuff. So he was just a bootlegger and that kind of thing before he was hooked up with Catherine. In fact, I think she had 4 husbands. One of the husbands before Machine Gun Kelly, or maybe a boyfriend, was actually a mobster as well. So that's what surprises me, that the courts trusted or believed that she was just completely innocent in all of this, and that he coerced her when she had a history of loving bank robberies.
Yeah, she looks dangerous with that. She looks dangerous with that mom bob. That's crazy.
And then this is both of their mugshots, and the guy in the car with the car, that was the boyfriend before Machine Gun Kelly.
That is so crazy.
I can't remember his name, though. And there he is at Alcatraz. They said that he was a model prisoner, that he worked in the ministry and all of that the whole time he was there. They said that he was just a very kind, gentle man. He just was wayward, and he didn't hurt anybody. He just stole things. I mean, which hurts people, but not physically.
Oh.
Sandy sent me this when she went to Alcatraz. You can see Machine Gun Kelly up at the top, the one that's not as zoomed in.
Oh, wow. But
like Al Capone's on there. I think that top one is Al Capone.
Yeah.
And then same thing here. He's the second one from the end. And then this is from the far end. And then this next one is his booking, but somebody had colored out with what looks like matte pencils, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the woman in the white is Aura on their release day, and the woman in the black is Catherine. when she was released, on the day of their releasing.
Wow.
Wow, time went by.
Yeah, that was just 12 years.
What?
It was only, they only served for 12 years.
They only served 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
She don't look close to her mugshot.
Yeah, she looks close to her mom shot. Wow. Must have been rough in there.
And that's Aura. I mean, that's Aura again, before she died.
Hello, Aura.
Aura was smiled a lot more in her later years. In her pictures.
I think I read she died in the 80s. Yeah, she did 1980. Mm-hmm. Well, Lyra Cleo is Catherine.
Oh wow.
That's her. That's her given name that she was told not to use. While in the mob.
Her given name sounds spookier.
Yeah. And there's his gravestone is in Cotton somewhere. I don't remember. We could look it up on some of the.
Gotta go find it, guys.
And there's his
history.
Little marker.
Wow. That is really cool.
And then we all got together about 5 years ago. That's my dad in the back with the light jeans on. We all got together. And this man in the black is my great uncle. So my great grandmother, that's her youngest son that they had like 20 years after they had all their other kids. So he was actually just 2 or 3 years older than my mom. But we're there at the ranch. We're looking at the well right here. So the next picture, you can see the stones over the closed well. So down where that stick is kind of going straight into the ground. Mm-hmm. There looks like some big stones. That's the well.
The well where they hid all the money.
Yep, the well where they hid the money. Yep.
Let me find that well.
That is so
there's
cool.
Some true crime in my family.
Really, no joke.
Yeah.
But
tricky.
if you're kind of sensitive like I am and can't watch, the like brutal true crime stuff, this one really is a good one to look at. There's some great YouTubes that I saw last night that are, I hate to say the word upbeat, but it's true. Like they're not heavy because he wasn't a heavy criminal. So
you didn't kill anyone.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, they were friends with Bonnie and Clyde. In fact, Bonnie and Clyde came through Coleman and where they were at. So it's crazy.
They were homies. Wow.
Yeah.
They could have. They were just one crime away from being the next Bonnie and Clyde, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Really. Yeah. And it's what I find fascinating about it more than anything is that I heard this from the baby's mouth. My great grandmother, she lived this and got away from it, and there it is in the history books. Her dad is in the history books. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So there you have it.
Thanks, Carrie. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Mr. Pineapples, are you okay there?
Yeah, I was just. It's kind of cool hearing like some history. Like she had a story to tell and stuff, and so. Yeah, it wasn't really scary, so that made me feel better. But it was just really interesting. So, I'm more. Honestly, I'm just more, whatever about the fact that she has old pictures like that. Like I'm like, wow, that's legit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
All right, Mr. Pineapples, what you got?
I got nothing. We're ending it on that. It's 10:23, so I ain't got time for anything. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. I hope y'all really liked it. So don't forget that tonight we got
you're really gonna just let it slide glaze over that, huh?
Glaze over what? What did I miss?
You don't want to show your homework?
Oh no, I did. I don't mind.
Did you do your homework?
Yeah. I was asked Sandy. I called her. She already knows what I was going to talk about. So, but it's 10:24. I ain't got time to do it. So I'll just put it off till next week.
You're gonna put it off till next week, or are you gonna talk about it in the after show?
No, because I think it's a good story, right, Sandy? It's a really good, and I practiced on it big time. So I'm not going to let it go to waste.
Well, now I feel bad.
Why?
No, yours was a good one to end on. I think it was
good.
Okay. All right.
So
okay,
yeah,
Sandy
anyhow,
said that you did homework, so
thank you, Sandy. So yeah, if you guys remember, we got an after show coming up here in a second where we don't follow any script and we don't have to worry about doing anything, whatever. We just can eat without muting ourselves.
Yep.
That's okay. It's unlikable, but we can do that. And then thank our wonderful guest hosts this week from Carrie and Gabs coming in and shining spotlights on you guys. You guys did amazing this week. Thank you so much.
Yes, they did. They did awesome.
Thanks.
It was fun.
It was.
It really was. It's one of those where, like, I hope to see you two on a podcast or a TV show one day too, so that we can come watch you and be guests on your show. That would
I
be
hope
awesome.
so too. I hope it's on Thursday nights at 7:00 on TGI Thursday. Is the show I want to be on. Make some money.
I've never heard of it, but I guess it's a good one, right?
You haven't heard of TGI Thursdays? It was back in the early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like
I think
with
so.
Family Matters and those shows?
Yeah.
It wasn't Thursday, that was TGIF.
I know, but now they have Thursdays with Grey's Anatomy and all that.
TGI Fridays has good mozzarella sticks.
Anyhow, so, as I said, come to the after show so you can get some more of that.
They were closed. They're closed, though, aren't they?
Enjoy it. But we did have some excellent guests this week too, everyone. Like, it was a great having our art therapist on. I'm actually going to be practicing some of that this weekend. We're gonna have who else do we have? We have Hamill Brothers on this. Hamill Brothers on.
We had the Hamill Brothers on, and then we didn't nearly ask enough questions of them.
We're gonna have them come back for an episode 2 or part 2 because there was so much that they could have shared. Still, we barely touched the surface. Barely
scratched the surface.
Oh yeah,
the surface.
We ended up staying on for like another hour or 2 after the show, hanging out with those guys. They were awesome to talk with.
Yeah, you
They're
definitely
so
need to follow
interesting. It was
their. You need definitely follow their Instagram because they post so many memes. It is crazy how many memes that they have on theirs. Good night, Priscilla.
Cool.
Thanks.
And so, and then who else did we have? We had
the snake dude.
Oh yes,
How
that was
can you
awesome. That was
forget?
last night. Because there's so much going on. I got so many things in front of me right now. I'm like, so looking at the comments, looking at the picture, and then looking at next week. Because what I want to tell everyone is that I hope you come back next week because we got some good guests lined up. We're still waiting on our Tuesday guest, but for Wednesday, Joe, tell us about that.
Oh, we have Miss Paris Regan. She was formerly Miss Lubbock, and she's going to talk about being in the pageant stuff. We know somebody else that competed in Miss Lubbock. How do I do
Why are y'all
this?
pointing at me?
I thought you were pointing at me. I was like,
I'm trying to point. I was trying to point at Gabs. Like, this is all jacked up. I don't know how to do this.
I don't think this is jacked up. I think that's jacked up.
This person right
That's
there,
jacked up right there.
There.
Oh wait, I was gonna go the other way.
There.
Right there.
hey,
Right
I did
there.
it the very first try.
See right there? That guy's jacked up.
Nobody likes to show off
there.
there, Carrie, okay? Nobody likes to show off, all right? But
You're
yes,
right. They don't.
so Gabs competed, and she knows Miss Paris. So, and
Yes.
Miss Paris
then-
is basically designed for pageants. She's once you meet her, you'll understand why.
And then on Thursday, guys, we're going to have Isaac. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I ran into this guy when I was on. I guested on someone else's podcast where they were doing. It's called Flows for You. The guys have been on our show. Trey, he's our DJ sound effects guy who's come on with the beats, and then
Boots and cats.
and then Jason Riley, who's Scouts the Psalmist. He's been on also. He's the rapper that we've had on the show. I met Isaac on there, and he and I just started talking about his shirt making business, and I was like, dude, what is this? How does this work? And he was so cool at just explaining. I was like, I need to have you on my show. I'm going to stop asking questions because I want to have you on my show. Would you mind that? So, Carrie, he's kind of like you, but I think he does screen printing, which is a little bit different from what you do.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Right. And so he's going to come in and tell us about what screen printing is.
That's
and
awesome.
Maybe we get him to throw us a beat. There's a little secret he does on the side, so we'll talk about that.
Oh.
And then again, come back next Friday. And ladies, as much as we loved having you on, we can't wait to have you back, Sandy. So
We missed you,
just miss
Sandy.
our Sandy, yeah.
Yeah.
And so can't wait to get you
She's
back
an
in
easy
here.
one to miss.
Yeah.
So everyone, we love you. We hope you'll join us in the after show here in just a second. And as usual, oh wait,
Oh,
They both can do it.
Gabby, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wash your hands.
Remember to wash your hands.
That was close. It was really close.
at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Man, that one's one to remember. Let me
Definitely a
tell
live
you.
show.
I even
That-
gave a 5-second countdown.
yeah.
That was a long way. That football was coming from way.
It's like let's count from 5 instead of
Good night.
3.
It was a slow 5. And she still gave like
that
2
was
seconds
good.
on the end. So we know there's a 2-second delay.